guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about Web3, and I've got to say, this is a topic that has been on my mind a lot lately because you see, Web3 is being touted as the next big thing, the future of the internet, but is it really? I mean, I know that there's a lot of people out there who are completely convinced that Web3 is going to revolutionize the world, but there's also those who think it's just hype with no substance. So what I want to do today is take a deep dive into Web3, examine both the pros and the cons, and try to come up with a conclusion about whether this is really the way of the future or whether it's a passing trend. First things first, let's define what Web3 actually is. So Web3 is essentially the next generation of the internet, a decentralized network where users have more control over their data, their privacy, and their assets. It's based on blockchain technology, which enables secure and transparent transactions, designed to be a more open and democratic version of the internet. It sounds great, right? But there's a catch. You see, the technology behind Web3 is still in its early stages, and there are a lot of hurdles to overcome before it can really become a reality. But despite these challenges, the Web3 movement is growing, and there are already a number of projects and companies out there that are exploring what this new world could look like. So let's start with the positive. Firstly, as I mentioned, Web3 is all about decentralization, and this is a huge plus. Decentralization means that the power has shifted from big tech companies and governments and back into the hands of the users. It also means there's no single point of failure, which makes the network more secure and resilient. Another great thing about Web3 is that it gives users more control over their data. Right now, our personal information is being collected and used by companies for all sorts of purposes, and we have a very little say in the matter. With Web3, however, users can own their data and they can choose to share it or not. And finally, Web3 has the potential to completely change the way that we interact with the world. It could lead to a new era of trustless transactions where you can buy, sell, and trade without having to rely on intermediaries like banks or governments. This could have a huge impact on everything from finances to real estate and even the way that we vote. So now we come to the negatives. And I have to say there are definitely some significant concerns about Web3. First, it's still in this new and untested technology, and there are a lot of questions about how it will actually work in practice. There are also some serious security risks that need to be addressed, and it's unclear how the government will regulate this new world. Another big issue is that the infrastructure for Web3 just simply isn't there yet. The technology is still in its early stages, and it's going to take a lot of time, effort, and investment to build the network and get it up and running. There are also some huge security concerns that need to be addressed. The decentralized nature of Web3 means that it's going to be more vulnerable to hacking and other malicious attacks. This is a serious issue that needs to be dealt with before the technology can be widely adopted. And let's not forget about the energy consumption issue. With blockchain being a huge component of Web3, the energy consumption required to power the network is going to be astronomical. So this is a major environmental concern that might need to be addressed. But despite all of these issues, I firmly believe that Web3 is the future of the internet. The potential for a more open, transparent, and fair internet is just too great to ignore. The idea that users can have control over their own data and not have to rely on a centralized corporation is a revolutionary concept. So I understand that there's concerns and challenges, but I think that the benefits far outweigh the risks. The potential for Web3 to change the world is enormous. So my challenge to you is to keep an open mind and don't dismiss the technology just because it's new and different. The future is happening and Web3 is at the forefront of it. So what do you think about Web3? Are you a skeptic? Are you a believer? Let me know in the comments below.